All right, Eric. We all know I laid the smackdown in our last battle. So, in honor of the Batman releasing, we're going to have another battle. The Battle of the Batman.
What are you?
I'm Batman. You see, I'm both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
If I freeze, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich. The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Before we get into the top 10 categories that we have as the Battle of the Batman, let's hear your best Batman voice.
I'm Batman.
Oh, well, that was very Bale-esque of you.
Where are they?
Swear to me.
Oh,
No, that was a little bit cartoony.
swear to me.
I'm Batman. Yeah, it always goes to Bale.
Bale's the
It
easiest
really
one to
does.
do. Yeah.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. There we go. That's my best Batman. So, yeah, we're going to break everything down into 10 different categories of Batman. And essentially, David mentioned this when we were putting this together, that it kind of builds the best possible Batman of 33 years of cinema into just one singular Batman. So yeah, let's get this thing rolling. The very first one we're going to do is best Batman suit. David, what is the best Batman suit in your mind?
So after watching, growing up with these Batman movies, watching the older ones from the late 80s and 90s, it all came back to me. My favorite Batsuit as a kid, and this was a surprise to me because I honestly thought I wasn't going to like it, but it's Val Kilmer's Batman Forever suit. I had it as a Halloween costume. I wanted the action figure of that. The reason, and I'm going to talk about this in another category too, but it was all black. It got rid of the yellow symbol behind the bat symbol, and it had a giant bat logo on the chest. And it just was awesome. So as a kid, it was the Batman Forever suit, which shocked me.
Yeah.
What about you as a kid?
As a kid, the funny thing is it was the first one that came to mind was Kilmer. But really, when I looked back through them and I thought about it, and I think it was just because it was the most amount of toys that I got as a kid of any Batman movie was Keaton's Batman. That just like his suit, just like you mentioned that you liked Kilmer's because it dropped the yellow.
Right.
It was like emblazoned into my mind. The yellow background. Yeah. And specifically, I feel like the first poster or like the biggest poster that like they put out for the Keaton one was like a 3D rendition of it that it almost looked like a car emblem. Like it had like all the highlights and stuff like that. And the yellow was actually like a deep gold. Oh. And that was on the cereal box. That was on like all the different toys and stuff. And it just looked so killer to me. But it is funny because looking back on it now, you realize how much Keaton's suit was like. He had to.
Yes, he had no mobility.
Move his shoulders with him, and like there was no bend in that neck whatsoever. No. I don't think that they figured out yet how to make like a latex rubber suit that was flexible.
Lucius Fox wasn't around yet.
No, yeah, Morgan Freeman wasn't there to help. Yeah. So yeah, that gets us into the next category of what would you consider to be, and I feel like this was actually a tough one for me to be able to pick things out because it's just there's such a broad range of Batmobiles. So what would be your best Batmobile as a kid?
Okay, gotta ask, was it tough for you as a kid picking, like rethinking, or tough as an adult?
Tough as an adult.
Okay.
As a kid, I had a definitive one.
Okay, so... Yeah. And for me too, and this was another when I watched it, the memories just started flowing back. I kind of almost leapt off my couch when I saw it. The Batman Forever, it had the glowing wheels on the logo, but the design, if you actually kind of think about it, so the designer of this was, I think, a designer of the Xenomorph.
Real? Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, you see it in the skin of the cover of the vehicle.
Right.
It was just very different.
Yeah. So no, that's interesting. Because like the second you said Xenomorph, I'm like, oh yeah, it had layers to it.
Right.
It had like kind of layers to it, and like the detail on the Batman
and it glowed,
Forever.
a light bluish glow, like that was fire. Then the three tail wings coming out on the back. As iconic as the Keaton Batmobile is, I won't lie on that. Young David loved just the light up vehicle in Batman Forever.
It's funny that you mentioned this because I am in the exact same category.
Yes.
I also love.
Wait, I don't know why I'm saying yes. I'm trying to beat you. Never mind.
I also loved the Keaton one. I thought the Keaton one was like you're not used to seeing a car that long. Like it's just the way that was just a very like you said earlier of like instilling fear in somebody. I feel like if that car came screeching up to you, it was an intense car.
Right.
But there was something, it was brilliant for them at that time with Batman Forever to really, it still looked like Keaton's Batmobile, but like ratcheted up. And then also like once the movie came out, because Kiss from a Rose was in that one, right?
Yeah.
Because even in that, it's like there's that scene where it's literally just the camera like orbits around that Batmobile and then goes up to Kilmer standing on the driver's side.
Yes.
So sick. Like they really ramped that up and I think catered that Batmobile to kids our age because that was just immediately when we thought of this category, I was just like, yeah, Kilmer's all the way, like 100% all the way. What was Batman's best sidekick? Not his literal karate sidekick, his partner. He had some good sidekicks, you know. I don't know which actor had the best sidekick, but, you know, a true kick. But, yeah. So,
even in The Dark Knight Rises, he gets that brace on his knee and he kicks like the bricks down.
He does. He takes out a pillar in the Batcave and it's just like, well, you just mess with the structural integrity of your Batcave. Good move.
He kind of had like a Rookie of the Year kick after putting that brace on.
Did. He had a Rowan Gardner kick.
Yeah, and JGL for, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, we almost got that Robin, which I don't know how I would have felt about that. But I guess there's only really two ways you can go based on sidekicks. You know, as a kid, and I guess even as an adult, like I still remember as a kid seeing Chris O'Donnell, but I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
But I saw this bad boy who had a shaved head almost and earrings, and he rode a motorcycle. He did flips. I mean, we talked about this in Hook. Robin and Rufio was what resonated. I didn't want to be an old guy in an all black suit. I wanted to be the young guy with a shaved head and a green and red suit that he got later on. You know, Robin was cool. Yeah.
Well, this is where we diverge. Even as a kid, I thought Chris O'Donnell was such a lame addition. I was like, he is such a loser. He is not Kilmer. Because the fact that I forgot until recently that he was in Kilmer's and Clooney's. He was like the only actor that had like a crossover. And I did not like him at all in either film. He rubbed me the wrong way as a kid. I thought he didn't amount to, he just wasn't nearly as cool as Kilmer. And Clooney, that whole movie with Clooney, it's just like, I don't even like, but like he wasn't as cool as Kilmer. And to me, Kilmer was still, like even as a kid, I remember them kind of acting like he was an old Batman and you had to like bring in this young Robin. But Kilmer didn't look old to me. So I was just like, I like Kilmer. He seems like a young, cool guy. And it's just like, he had such angular jaw lines and was just like so just badass. So when Chris O'Donnell comes in, I was just like, this guy's a complete loser. So yeah, this is where our battle
Mr.
really
O'Donnell.
gets. Yeah, I'm not apologizing to you, Mr. O'Donnell. You were the worst. So mine would be, it's kind of because I feel like Robin was not a good depiction, and Batgirl with Alicia Silverstone, I feel like was kind of an afterthought. I have to kind of fudge this and say that Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, because they had a little love interest, was the best sidekick in all of the films. Michelle Pfeiffer knocked that out of the park and is the best depiction ever of Catwoman. Like she was.
Wait, have you seen Halle Berry's movie?
Oh, I forgot about Halle Berry.
With a straight face. I haven't even seen that one, so
No.
sorry, Mrs. Berry.
I have not either. I love you in so many other different films, but yeah, Mrs. Berry, Catwoman, it is not one of them.